Hi guys, in this tutorial we're going to move, rotate and scale our objects in Unreal Engine 4. This is the second tutorial in the Unreal Engine for Beginners series, and last time we got to this point where we have a level and we have a bunch of objects. What we want to be able to do in this video is to move stuff around, make them bigger or smaller, and then rotate their angle at which we're looking at the object. So these objects in the game, they're called actors. Depending on the engine you're coming from, they may be called different. So in Unity, these would have been called game objects. And if you followed FXGL development on this channel, then these are called entities. So in Unreal, they're called actors. And each actor can have a 3D transform applied to it, which means it can be translated, i.e. moved, can be rotated, and it can also be scaled. And these are the three things that we'll be doing in this video. So let's, as our goal, say that we're going to move all the stuff to this wall over here. And in the last video we learned how to move around the level, so that should be fine. If you didn't follow the last video, there will be a link somewhere in the description. So let's move this thing over here. Let's move that on top of it. So you can move things by, well, just dragging these arrows. So it's reasonably straightforward. And in order to get to these arrows, you would select with your left click one of these objects, and then make sure that this thing is selected, this toggle, which says select and translate objects. Translate means move in pretty much any graphics programming. And once an object is selected, a hotkey for translate is W. And E is for rotating, and R is for scaling. So let's just move all this stuff here. Move this one closer. Is this floating? I think it is. And you can also select multiple groups or multiple objects as a group. So you can click on that one, then hold Shift, click this one, that one. And then you can move all of them at once. And for simplicity, I'll be ignoring all these menus and buttons. We're just going to play with the viewport. And at some point, we're also going full screen, but just not in this video. So let's move all these things here. I think that we're pretty much done. Yeah. So let's just move that one over here. And you don't have to worry about perfect positioning because these are physics supported objects. So when the game starts, they will sort of fall on top of each other anyway. So we can play the game, we can shoot some stuff. And let's just take these down. There we go. Again, these are all part of the template. We didn't do anything yet. All the collision setup is provided. And hit escape to exit. So we've done translating, which means move. We've moved some stuff. We can also rotate some stuff by clicking, well, by selecting the object that you want to rotate, selecting the actor you want to rotate, then selecting either this thing over here or just clicking E. And then you can see this sort of circular widget, whatever that's called. Circular thing that you can rotate in order to rotate the actor that you're selecting. Doesn't make much sense to rotate cubes because, you know, they're cubes. But when it comes to things like doors or actual meshes or like 3D objects that you can see in the game, this will make a lot of sense because they will look different when rotated. And we can also scale. There are, again, 3 sort of control things that you can use in order to scale. You can scale along this axis, along this one, and along that one. Or you can click and select the center piece in order to scale uniformly along all axes, like this. Let's just put it there and it will drop anyway. There we go. It's really big cube, or cuboid at this point. Right, so task for today is to make sure you're comfortable with translating, scaling and rotating actors in the game, because this is going to be a very fundamental concept that you'll be applying pretty much on a daily basis with Unreal Engine. And let's say task for you is, in order to implement those things that we learned, is to move all these cubes over here, from here to here. And it's almost like shooting range or something. And on that note, thanks for watching.